Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see all my bags under my eyes. Come on in, come on in, come on in. It has been a while. Come on in. Sunshine, Linda, Linda. One more week, dog. One more week. One more week. Come on in, good people. Let us have a conversation on hypocrisy. It is a thing. It is a thing. Come on in. Maybe I should put this up so my they won't be so heavy on my eyes. For the few that are in here, please hit that like button if you don't mind. Hit that like button if you don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. Couldn't hit that, but yeah. Thank you for hitting the like button. All right, good people. We're going to see if a few more come in before I get started. Let's get it started. Happy anniversary. I forgot about that. Happy anniversary. All right, I see a few more popping in. I see a few more popping in. For the ones that are on here, please wish Sunshine and her hubby a happy 6 year anniversary. Woo woo. Um, so we're gonna go ahead and get started, and I guess folks are gonna have to come back and catch the replay. Y'all know what it is. Um, for those of you that were on late the other night, I think that was like Thursday night. Y'all saw like a quick live. I got called out on something. So if you know me, you don't call me out. Don't challenge me on anything because I'm gonna meet that challenge. So did that. The video is still up, but I just put it on private, so that folks won't be all in my business. But yeah, so if you were up late that night, then you saw that video because I had somebody email me asking me what happened to the video. That's what it is. The video is still up. It's just private right now. But if you were up, then you were able to get into my business just a teensy little bit, a teensy little bit. Happy anniversary, sunshine and husband. I wish you guys many, many more. Where have you been? Oh, basic mom. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? It's our anniversary. Yeah, yeah. Made for you and me. Okay. It's always a blessing for people to make it to another year. Marriage is a beautiful thing if you allow it to be a beautiful thing. Um, so yeah, I'm just, coming in, want to drop a few words, a few jewels, out here because every now and again it's always good to get a good word. Um, I want to say that as humans, as individuals, when we say or do certain things or we have things that we stand on, it's important that we make sure that we are standing on those things at all times. Tony is a critical thinker. Hey, how you doing? We got a diamond here. Hey, 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 hey. It's important that we stand on those things at all times. I did 29 years, good days and bad days. I thank God for that. Amen. Amen. Tony, I have been around staying out the way. Staying out the way and just trying to live a little bit. Angela, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Um, it's like I give you an example. I use myself as an example. Okay, people know that I just don't go around cursing people out, right? And it's not something that I'm like, oh, I go around screaming it. That's just who I am. So if you see me and I'm like, mother effer this bump you bit dip 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 dip," and you just hear me like going in, then I'm coming back saying, you really should learn how to communicate with people and don't curse them out and stuff. Okay, so when you hear me do that or when you see me do that, then I'm being a hypocrite. And I can't have an issue with someone calling me a hypocrite if I say that I don't do certain things, right? I try my best not to lie, but we're human. To err is human. So if I lie about something and somebody calls me out and say you lied, like you said that you were going to be such and such next week, Lord, next week, not even here, last week, and I don't show up, then I lied. So who am I to come? You know what I mean? So we all have certain values. We all have a belief system. Everything that we do is based on a particular belief system. We all have. It doesn't matter what your background is. Like everyone has a belief system. Your actions and everything you do, every move you make, every breath you take is based on that belief system. Right? So if you go around and you're telling people about that belief system and people see you doing different, they hear you doing different, then they start to look at you different. See, the thing about hypocrisy is it kind of goes hand in hand with credibility. So if people think that you are being a hypocrite whenever it comes to certain things, then that also damages or can damage your credibility. It's not a guarantee, but that's usually how it works. So it's just been a lot of things going on, a lot of people saying a lot of different things, just stuff like just all out in the atmosphere, and you you see a lot of hypocrisy. You see a lot. I'm noticing that some people want to call it out and some people are afraid to call things out, and the people that do try to call things out, they, kind of get their heads chopped off. Um, but truth be told, if we're going to be real with ourselves, if we're going to, anybody that calls themselves a leader or conducts themselves as such, then we have to make sure that we are doing the things that we are expecting other people to do. If that makes sense, somebody put a one in the chat because I see the number just drop down. If that makes sense, put a one in the chat. Whatever our belief system is, it shouldn't change. Thank you, Tony. It shouldn't change based on what the situation is. Like if I don't like something that's going on, or something, just I don't agree with something, my beliefs and my actions about whatever I talk about, like it shouldn't change. I don't like you, now all of a sudden my belief system changes. And I take that thing, it's like people using the Bible and using Bible verses to get it to fit that one thing that they needed to fit at that particular time. But if somebody takes that same Bible verse and throw it back at them in a different situation, then no, that's not what that's for. That's not what that means. We cannot move around again. We cannot call ourselves leaders and not stand on what we say. We have to stand on what we say. We can't. There's no flip flopping. There's no flip-flopping in that. So I just feel that we need to be mindful in how we walk and how we talk. We need to be mindful. This is one of the reasons why I backed away from a lot of things, because I knew that there were a lot of things that were not of me. And I wasn't going to be a hypocrite. So I had to back away from some things because I'm like, wait a minute, I don't do that. I don't participate in this. Like, so I had to back away because I can't tell someone, yeah, I don't do that and be, preaching or teaching or prophesizing or prophesying, whatever you're doing to other folks. And then I go back and I'm doing that same. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, Keisha. Say what you mean and mean what you say. That's basically that's what it is. One thing about life, people they'll forget the things that you may have done, or that they may have done to you, but the things that you say and the things that you do, they will not forget, and they're not going to let you forget. Believe that. Believe that. So while we're out and about and doing our day to day, we have to remember that people are listening and people are watching, and they are going to call us out on our mess. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you don't want to be called out, if you don't want to be called out, then you have to be careful if you call somebody else out. Catch that. Catch that. Because I've seen some things, and I minds my business. Hold up. There's a southern saying that states that every person has to have a code. We have to have standards for what we will or will not do. But it's honestly difficult not to engage in hypocritical, it cut it off practices from time to time. Tony, this is true. Absolutely, it's true. And the thing is with it, and I'm so glad you put that up there. We all engage in it. And the thing is, once it's pointed out, once somebody points it out to us, if we are people of integrity, if we're people, with morals and certain values, then we have to take a step back and actually listen to what people are saying. Because the people that care about you, you're always going to have one that's willing to call you out. They're not going to care if you get upset, you get mad for a couple days. Like, oh, Langston, okay, okay, okay. Hey, hey, okay. I would have never guessed that. Okay, I got you. I'm glad you told me. Um, you have one, at least somebody that's willing to call you out. Um, I'm not understanding where so much hypocrisy is coming from. Like, and people stand by and they don't say anything. Another example, okay, you didn't believe in the virus. Okay, you didn't. No, that mess is fake. Da 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 da. But now you trying to get mad because somebody around you that's not vaccinated. Okay, you done went and sung your high praises saying that this thing was made up on some type of 5G system, and now you going around trying to fuss people out because they're not vaccinated. Do you see what I'm saying? That's hypocrisy. Cause like you were the same one saying that this mess wasn't real in the first place. Do y'all get what I'm saying? And I've seen it a lot, and I'm just sitting there looking at people like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. What virus? You see, you, I, I'm just at some point, like somebody has to say, no, that's not what you said yesterday. Like that's not what you said the day before yesterday. What happened to you believing A, B, and C? And why can you not see your own wrong? Like you're trying to call other people out for their wrong and trying to give other people a lesson on life. And then in the same sentence, the same paragraph, the same conversation, like someone is also trying to give you the same thing or maybe giving you the same thing. And we don't want to hear it. Hey Tori, how you doing, lady? We don't want to hear it. We hear a lot of people, especially black folks, we like saying what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Well, this is the prime example. This is the prime example. Mhm. Mhm. If it stink, it stink. It stank. If it stank, it stink. Okay? Like we like Lord, I'm about to say Lord, I'm calling her name out. Like Sunshine said, you gotta say what you mean and mean what you say. Like that's Shamika, hey lady. I'm so glad you're alive. I wanted to ask you what helped you out with COVID. My entire house has been, oh my goodness. My entire house has been infected. I'm at the ER now. This thing is Shamika, do you have it too? I would definitely keep your family in my prayers. Good God. Um, I had to drink a lot of fluids. Oh wow. Prayers for Shamika, y'all. Um, I had to drink a lot of fluids because, like I said, I didn't have appetite. I'm like recently getting my appetite back. I started picking up some weight because I've been able to eat more now. Um, but drinking a lot of fluids, especially fluids with electrolytes, Gatorade. I know people like staying away from that because it may have sugar in it or whatever, but Gatorade, Body Armor, anything that has electrolytes in it, you need those electrolytes because let me tell you something. I don't know what it is about it. I have no appreciation, have lost weight. Okay. I don't know what it is about it, but it literally, I know for me, it literally like ate away at the fat on my body. I don't know. Um, I still don't know what I don't know. But I know that between the stomach issues that you have with it because it keeps you in the bathroom for most people. I won't say 100%, but most people, that's one of the first signs that they have is their bowel. They have bowel issues, but between you having to go to the bathroom and being in the bathroom all the time and then not having an appetite, if you lost your appetite, if you lost your sense of smell, which goes with your appetite, like with all those things going on, then the body aches. Take some Tylenol. Take some Tylenol. You want to take it for fever, definitely. I didn't have a fever, but the Tylenol helped with the body ache. So, um, my sister brought me some. I cannot think of the name of it now, but it was something for mucus. Lord, I can't think of the name of it. Angela Gibson. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Um, the biggest thing, get some rest. I still have headaches. I still that's part of the reason why I hadn't been coming on here too. Still have headaches. Was having trouble with my vision. I'm still having trouble with my vision. Um, It affected my thyroid more than I was already having issues, and it did its own little thing with that. So um vitamin C, I took a lot of vitamin C. I was popping vitamin C like candy. Elderberry. Um, like I said, I couldn't really eat. You gotta force yourself to eat something. You gotta force, even if it's crackers, you gotta force yourself to eat something. Um, if you feel like you can get vitamin D. So when that sun comes out, if you can get you a chair, even if just sit on the porch and let that sun soak in your body. Let your body take in every bit of vitamin D that it can get from that sun. Yeah, you can take supplements or whatever, but there is nothing that will replace that sun. So if you can get out, you guys know, even I couldn't at the very beginning, but I was out walking towards the end of me having COVID just so I could get the sun, and it felt good for the air to get in to my lungs. So that's, it's a lot, but you got to take care of yourself. Do breathing exercises. Please do breathing exercises. If you're having trouble, even if you're not having trouble breathing, because if it just started, you don't know how far it's going to go. So you want to do breathing exercises, taking deep breaths in, holding it for 10 seconds, pushing it back out. It is uncomfortable. Butterfly and it's, hey, how you doing? Hold up, let me speak, y'all. Hilda Land, please. Hey, how you doing? Kim Tucker, hey, how you doing? Um, it's uncomfortable. It did, Tori. It did. Um, it affected everything. It literally, once again, I have an autoimmune disease already, so it affected everything. Um, but again, that breathing is essential. Please do the breathing exercises. Like, do that. Definitely do that. Rest. Again, walk when you can. Um, you don't want to sit around for too long. So if you can get up and move a little bit, move a little bit. But those first, I don't know. I want to say the first few days were crucial, but then you really don't know exactly when you got it. So I don't know. I just know it was crucial for me. And it's not crucial for everybody, but do what the doctors tell you to do, and trust your body. Whatever your body's telling you, like, trust your body. Trust your body. When you have COVID, just walking just a few steps could take every bit of air that you have. So take your time. Um, and that's what I can say on that. And know that it does not go away overnight, regardless of what people say about 2 weeks or whatever. That is not true. If you actually have symptoms of COVID, they're gonna be there for a while. And most of the people, I know a lot of us that have had it, we're considered long haulers now because those side effects linger. How long they last, I don't know. What I can tell you is, because I see a needle up here, the good thing is, if you're not vaccinated, and even if you are vaccinated, you're actually more, I'm going to say, stronger than the people that have gotten a vaccination, because once you have those antibodies, remember that vaccination is it's not the real deal. It's not like the flu shot. So once you actually have COVID, those antibodies stay in your system for a long time. That I can tell you, they stay in there for a long time. So um in some sense, now you're actually safer than some of the people that haven't had it and just have the vaccine. So um we just gonna pray our way through that. You'll have days where your mind will play tricks on you, and I'm speaking from my experience. Your mind will play tricks on you and have you feeling like you are not going to make it. You got to talk to yourself. You got to talk to yourself and mm, talk to yourself and let yourself know that's some buffale. I'm good, because it gets to the point where sometimes, like I said, if the symptoms are bad enough, it scared me. I had nights where I was scared to go to sleep because I didn't think I was going to wake back up. So, and that's not me. So, like I said, you have to, talk to yourself because sometimes when you're feeling bad and you know in your mind that nobody really knows, what to do with this thing, you just gotta speak positive to yourself to get that negativity off your mind because it can be scary. It can be scary, especially if you've seen people, that didn't make it uh, from it. My husband is a long hauler. I'm vaccinated and still wear a mask. That's what's up, butterflyness. I'm going to do the breathing exercises. So sorry not to take you off your topic. I just saw you were live and said thank you, because I was waiting for you to go live. No, I'm glad you told me. You'll definitely be in my prayers. Most definitely. Most definitely. Glad you mentioned something about the vaccine because I'm not going. Angela, make sure you protect yourself now. Protect yourself. Whole clothes in the seasoning section. Plus, I use fresh garlic too. Make always make sure to not sleep directly on your back. You're so great. I've been in tears. It's safe for people who didn't get vaccinated. What you mean, Tori? Is it safe? Is it safe for people who didn't get vaccinated or did? Hey, James, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm saying good to see you. Good to see your name. Um, I mean, I advocate for people to get vaccinated. I advocate for people to get vaccinated. Um, and the thing is, it's just important to remember, and everybody may not agree with me about the vaccination. So, um, I can tell you that I would rather get COVID having the vaccination than having COVID without the vaccination. That's what I would say. Um, the vaccination doesn't prevent you from getting COVID. You can still get COVID, but it manages the symptoms, and you don't have as many deaths with the vaccination versus without the vaccination. So it's almost like insurance. You may not need it now, but you have a little bit more rest, you have a little bit more peace just knowing that you have it just in case. In case something happens, you have that. Um, so that's my that's my take on it. My kid's uncle took the shot and got sick the next day. Same. So that's my take. Just make sure you drink a lot of fluids, drink a lot of water, and get that vitamin C and load up on that vitamin C. Like for real. I still load up on it. For real, for real. Um, and just know that you gotta, you're gonna have to work through that. You gotta let it run its course and you know, you'll be all right. You can get vaccinated free at HEB grocery store. Yeah, in Georgia, Walmart does free vaccinations, CVS does free vaccinations, Walgreens, they do free vaccinations. So, um, and then you have some of the smaller clinics, some of them do um, free vaccination. So, I mean, it's on you. If I had a choice, um, back in December and January, like I would have been vaccinated. I would have been vaccinated because y'all know I was wearing my mask. I was taking extra precautions, and Just that 1 second, and it was almost like I could feel when it entered my body. Like, oh, I got you. Um, yeah. So I can't tell anybody what to do, but just make sure you're taking care of you. Now, again, that's still on topic because I can't tell you to take care of you if I am not taking care of myself. That would be hypocritical, right? Exactly. So it's still on topic of everything that we have going on right now. I just want people to step up, and if you believe a certain thing or if you're preaching a certain thing, then make sure that you walk in whatever you're preaching. Like that's just make sure you walk in whatever you're preaching. Not okay, I'm in my feelings this day, so I'm gonna go against what I believe in and everybody has their moments. You have your moment and get over it. Like get out of that. You know what I mean? Go. Get out of that moment because again, to some people credibility may not mean much. Um integrity may not mean much. For me, integrity is everything. It's everything that I stand on. So I have to listen. I done been called out before. Shoot, I got called out by my boss today. That's a whole other conversation. But about anyway, I won't get into that. But yeah, he called me out on something that I won't say did something that I neglected to do. And all I could do was just say, you know what, you're right, my bad. I'll do better. That was it. That was it. Um, boiled it over stove. Got a little sick on my second shot. It mainly made me sleepy. Yes, it can be scary, but you have to be strong-minded and block that negativity out of the news and other people. Right, sunshine. Yeah, she had COVID too. Um, so and just a quick segue, real quick. Hold up, 7. Yeah, next week. Uh, you'll be seeing us in Vegas, dog. So, um, we're gonna be outside. We're gonna be outside. We're gonna be safe. So I'm gonna take you guys along with me. I'm gonna try to vlog a little bit while we go and do that. So let you guys get a part of that journey. But I just wanted to speak on the hypocrisy piece because I've seen a couple things. Like I said, I've been off for a while. I've been watching some things. Some things I just, you know, just not my flavor. You know what I mean? It's just not my flavor. So I just don't. Um, I will keep you posted. The doctor said to see me. Thank you all for your prayers, and I love y'all. Okay, Shamika, please do, please do. You know you can hit me up on Facebook. Um, okay, so if we're not gonna do a thing, then we have to make a conscious decision not to do a thing, right? Okay. So if we're not going to gossip about people, then we're not gonna gossip about people. That's something that my mama, with us, we can't gossip about people. You gossip about somebody's house, bam, she pop you in the mouth. That's it. So if we make a decision like if this is what we're not going to do, but when the situation suits us, now we're like, oh no, we got to do it. Like even if you mean no harm, we still being hypocritical. So we have to be mindful of those behaviors, and we can't get mad when we get called out on it. We can't get mad. Earlier when I came on these streets, And y'all know I drove off the road on these streets a long time ago. But earlier when I came on these streets and stuff, first started going down and you get introduced to all this stuff, I was doing stuff on here that I would never do. But I felt like I had to because it was part of the street life. And I got to protect myself. I got to defend myself. So therefore, I had to do as the streets. When in Rome, you do as the Romans. No, that's not necessarily so. When you in Rome, if you from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, if you from Willacoochee, Georgia, like wherever you from, that's the set that you rep. You don't go and just because you in Rome, you doing everything that the Romans do if it goes against your belief system. If you see what I'm like, it has to make some kind of sense. Y'all don't hear me. Mm, I'm trying to try not to talk in hyperbole. Y'all know that was my thing. People say I talk in hyperboles. It is what it is. Um, but the important thing is just reminding yourself. And if you're doing stuff that would be considered hypocritical, then that's a little conversation that you're gonna have to have with yourself. We all do it at some point. We all do it. Okay. If it's your moment, then you need to go ahead and snatch that little mess up and you need to fix that. You need to fix that because this is what we call in the country, we call that talking out of both sides of your mouth. You got this over here and this over here and this over here and this over here and you that it don't mm, yeah, that see that duck don't swim. Um Whatever you're saying, it needs to be here. And it needs to be the same on Sunday as it is on Friday. It needs to be the same on Tuesday as it is on Thursday. The game shouldn't be switching up. So I yeah, hypocrisy is a thing. It's definitely a thing. Don't be afraid to call it out. People get mad. People might curse you out, might tell you they don't want to fool with you anymore or whatever, but don't be afraid to call it out. And if you are that person, then don't get upset if somebody called you out. Actually, listen, Princess Di, hey, how you doing? Sometimes we don't want to hear stuff and it's actually true. Like it might take us a minute. Like first we like, who the flip you think you talking to? You gonna come at me and try to call me a hypocrite? I am perfect. I am a saint. Hallelujah. Ooh, like you doing all that, right? That like that's how we be when somebody come trying to tell us that, no, that ain't what you said yesterday. But then sometimes we have to have a come to Jesus moment, moment of epiphany. Hallelujah. You gotta have that moment where you're like, you know what? I did do that. I did it. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I did it. Like you have to have that moment. Yeah. And we're not having enough of those moments. We're not having enough of those moments. I we're not having enough of those moments. That's all I can say. I saw it like I saw something and it bothered me. I'm like, you're not listening. We have to listen and we have to listen to hear versus listening to respond. That's what effective communication is all about. You have to have a giver and you have to have a receiver. And we got to listen because if not, then we all end up looking crazy. I definitely have my petty moments. I have acceptable or not. We all do. Me and my friends, we joke, petty boots. That's what petty boots. That's what we call it, petty boots. But that's just what it's just a reminder. This is all that this is right now. It's just a reminder. It's just a reminder that at some point, like we all have our moment when we need to be called out. We need to be pulled up, or somebody needs to pull that coattail. Okay. So if we say that we are against something, then we should be against it, period. It shouldn't be uh like that convenient amnesia whenever it's convenient for us. It shouldn't be situational. Like if this is what you stand on, this is what you stand on. If you're for something, then this is what it is. Like period, point blank. And like some things, there's no in between. There's no in between. So I'm saying for those of us who are leaders, and I believe that's all of us. Oh, James, you caught that. Okay, okay, you caught that. Okay, somebody caught it. We have to make sure, number one, that we're giving off um, the right message, because we have people watching, we have people listening. Even if somebody tell you that they're not watching or not listening, they lying. They somewhere. So we have to make sure that we're giving off what we're trying to give. You know, how the people say, "Oh, it's not giving what it's supposed to give," or "I didn't give what it was supposed to give." Okay, that's what this means. That's the prime example. Like we're not giving what we're supposed to give, and based on how we're giving it, we got to think about how the other person may be receiving it, or how the other persons may be receiving whatever it is that we're giving. Right. So if we're being honest with ourselves about things, then one thing we'll remember is none of us is without flaw. I don't care what nobody tell you. None of us. None of us are without any flaws. No sir, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey, none of that. None of us are without flaws. That's the first thing. Number two, at some point in life, we're all going to need some type of help, and we all have asked for help. We all have asked for help at some point in our lives. And if we didn't ask for it, we all have received help. If we say that we haven't, then we're lying. That lie would make us a hypocrite. You got me? We all have told a lie. We all have said something and we may have changed our mind about it. But the thing is, if you change your mind about it, then make that known. I don't feel this way anymore. I know I said this before, but I don't feel like that. Bump that, bump that, bump that. I don't feel that way no more. You know what I mean? I changed my mind. I changed my mind. It's okay to change your mind, but you know what I'm saying? If you've been verbal about whatever your belief is, you might want to be just as verbal and letting people know that you changed your mind. I'm just saying, because if not, then you look like a hypocrite. To you, you just changed your mind. To other people, you just look like a hypocrite. And of course, some people don't care that, hey, they tell me out here that they talk about social media and all these platforms being something like a resume. Well, if that be the case, I need for everybody to go and study those objectives that are on that thing, because it is telling exactly what you're planning on doing. It's telling what you're capable of. It's telling people what they can look forward to, what they should be expecting of you, those expectations. And if the body of work that's in there doesn't match those expectations, if it doesn't match that cover letter that's on top of that thing, then that mess going to file 13. And nothing in the body matters. I hope that makes sense. Nothing in the body matters if that cover and those objectives, everything that people see first, that helps them even make a decision whether or not they're going to even look at the body of it. If these two don't match up, come on, somebody. If they don't match up, you got a bit of what we call, like, it when it's just you got a bit of cognitive dissonance going on. Like, you got a battle on the inside, like the left side of your brain thinking one way and the right side thinking another way, or your head may be thinking one thing and your heart may be saying a whole other thing. You just got this dissonance going on. It's all kind of confusion and chaos. That's where that hypocrisy comes in at, because it's not about you being honest with other people. You're not really being honest with yourself, which leads you to be dishonest to other people. It's not so much that it's intentional, but you got to be mindful. You got to be mindful. I remember people calling folks out, oh, well, they always doing this and they always asking for this. They always, doing this. And you'll always hear me say, look, I don't look, people do what they do. That's their thing. That's their thing. But if you're one of the people that people say you always doing da 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 da, and you find yourself defending yourself, then you have to be careful that you don't turn around and become one of the people that was throwing the rock. Because then that's hypocritical. You got me? We have to be mindful, people. And no, this might not be a mm, mm, kind of message. I'm just giving you what was given to me today. Just we got to do better. We got to do better, because we get so caught up in stuff that we have people talking about focus and keeping focus. Hey, Trevin, how you doing? How you doing? We have people, that's South Cat right there, baby. We have people talking about keeping focus. I know, I know, I know. I was in your area though the other week. I was in the metro. I was in the metro. Um, you had to focus in the midst of us telling other people to focus. Like, we gotta focus, because it's when you lose focus that you miss the message. And that's what I'm saying. When you miss the message, then you come across as a hypocrite. You gotta listen to hear instead of listening to respond. Because if not, again, it leaves you looking like a hypocrite. We have to listen with the understanding that everybody is not against us. And if they are trying to show us, look, I know you said this, but what about this right here? Like, let's look at we got to be willing to listen. See, that's one thing that people don't understand about counselors and therapists and psychologists and like, yeah, we have to give advice and we get paid for that. But see, there's something that comes behind that. We held responsible for that. If we go and we do something and it ends up doing harm, that's why there's a do no harm. If we end up doing harm with whatever advice that we've given out, then we are held accountable for that. That's why you got to be careful, like the advice that you're giving to people, if you can't hold up your end of the deal. So it may look easy. Yeah, you can go and spout out anything and make it look good and make it sound good to people, but do you stand on it? Do you walk in it? Or are you just telling people what you think they wanna hear at the time, and whenever you feel like switching up, you switch up because you know nobody's gonna call you out on it. Hypocrisy is real. When you have, and I'm just breaking this, taking this back to the beginning, if you have a certain belief system, if you have certain things that you stand on, if you have certain values, you have certain morals, you have certain beliefs that you talk about, certain beliefs that you got to let everybody know what those beliefs are, and you stand on it, you sleep on it, you eat on it. These are your beliefs. And you go against that value system. You go against those beliefs, if only for a second, if only for a moment, you are being hypocritical. That's what it means to be a hypocrite. We'll take it a little deeper because we see this all the time. You have older people in the church and they get on some of the young folks. So they may try to, maybe y'all haven't seen it. I've seen it in my southern church. But they rag on the younger people that go and get pregnant out of wedlock. Oh, you can't do this. You a Jezebel. You this, you going to hell because you had a baby and you not married. But they got three daughters, and yeah, they got married later, but those daughters were already here. Let me get a one if y'all know what I'm talking about now, because maybe I'm the only one that's seen it. Y'all understand what I'm saying? You may be in a situation now where things don't affect you directly, so you can go and talk about it and tell people what they need to do. But you were in that situation, and what you're telling me to do is not what you did. Okay, we got one. Thank you, Kim. Thank you. Thank you. That's being hypocritical. You want me to do something that you're not willing to do. You don't want me to do something that you are doing. Imma hit y'all parents real quick. Ooh, y'all ain't gonna like this. How many I got less than 6 minutes. It goes along with that saying, "Do as I say, not as I do." You know what? You being a hypocrite. Yeah, it sounds good because 'cause you're the parent, but you're being a hypocrite. Do as I s yo, don't you walk around here cursing. Well, if you walk around here cursing every day, then what in the flip you expect from me? Don't tell me, give me 3 reasons why I shouldn't curse. If you cursing every day, give me 3 reasons why I should not curse, because you said so. Come on, practice what you preach before you teach it to someone else. Hello. If you run around here beating up folks and hitting people over the head, come on now. And I go and I have to protect myself and hit somebody over the head. Now you want to come and lecture me about violence and how I shouldn't hit people over the head? when you've been doing it for years, but because you're not the one in the situation this time, now you're going to tell me and preach to me about what I should not be doing? That is being a hypocrite. You tell me not to smoke. No, you don't need to smoke. Smoking is bad for you. Smoking to do this and smoking to do that. That nicotine is bad for you. While you sitting up there chewing tobacco. But your situation different though because it's not smoking. But you used to smoke, but your situation different now. Do y'all get what I'm saying? And I done been on here too long, child. I tell you, I done been. See that? That's why I be staying away. That's why I be staying away. Cause it's like, huh? What? Okay, that's what we do. Okay, okay, yeah. So anyway, thanks to the folks that stopped in and paid the old girl a visit. You get it, Kim. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm glad. They said if you can only reach one, if you can only reach one, I tell you, won't he do it? Won't he do it? Um, Again, if you guys want to make contact, then check me out on Instagram. My page is public. You can hit me up on Instagram. Um, Check me out on what is the name of that thing? TikTok, because that's where I do most of my content at. Now is we don't have all this mess right here, Lord. I'm telling you, chat. But anyway, yeah, check me out on TikTok. Dr. Chalk, and it has an L. So the thing I put up there before I had to add an L because anyway, it's Dr. Chocolate. DRCHOCL and the number 8, Dr. Chocolate. Um, all right, James. Okay, okay, okay. Princess die. Okay, okay, okay. I just wanted to know because people were quiet, and I want to know if people understood. Because I know sometimes I can be a little slow understanding stuff. Now I'll be the first to admit that. I can. It may take me a little minute. It may take me a little minute to get stuff, but I'm like, wait a minute. What was it? But anyway, um, yeah. Thank you guys for joining in. Lord, my nose shining. Um, what's today? Tuesday, Monday. Y'all see. I don't even know what day. Hold on. Child bye. Okay, it's Monday. I'm gonna try to come back this week. I'm going to try to come back this week. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to right one of my wrongs because I keep telling y'all I'm coming back weekly. And guess what? I lied. Uh, Hypocrite. Duh. And I'm teaching to y'all, telling y'all not to be hypocrites. Uh, See, I know better than anybody else. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to the dimes that tuned in. I'm still here, guys. I'm just trying to do what my brother told me to do and live my life. I'm trying to get stuff back on track. So that's what I'm doing. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you for the likes. Hope you got something out of this. And I will see you guys next time. Hold on. One more thing. I almost forgot. Mind your business. Deuces.